Life before university was easy, predictable, maybe even too predictable. Everything around me felt secure. My parents, Jesus and Gabriela, were always there, guiding and supporting me through every step. My sister Paulina, with her constant jokes and cheerful spirit, made life at home comfortable and warm. My tios, Mario Loyo and Elisa, were practically second parents, always present in family events and weekend gatherings. High school was familiar, same classmates, same teachers, and same daily routine. I knew exactly what I was expected of me and exactly what I needed to do to fulfill those expectations. Nothing ever changed dramatically, and honestly, I don't think anything ever would. It was easy to feel like this was going to be my life forever, comfortable but static. But something deep inside began stirring, something uncomfortable yet undeniable. A quiet whisper, an urge that said I couldn't stay in the same place forever. According to Joseph Campbell, this feeling is what he calls the call to adventure. It is the moment when your heart realizes that staying still isn't an option anymore, even if your mind tries to resist. For me, that call was clear but also confusing. It was the decision to study accounting. It wasn't an easy choice. Honestly, I was terrified. The idea of leaving the security of my routine, my friends, and my family to jump into something as unknown as university was daunting. I even thought seriously about taking a gap year, telling myself that I needed more time to decide. Deep down, I knew this hesitation wasn't about needing time, it was fear of failing, fear of disappointing my family, and fear of discovering I wasn't good enough. These doubts became constant companions, whispers, and insecurity always present in my mind. That's when something remarkable happened. Campbell mentions this as supernatural help, but my help wasn't magical or supernatural. It came from real, tangible people around me, people who believed in me even when I couldn't believe in myself. My high school director, with genuine sincerity, assured me, Jose Manuel, you've got this. My parents, I feel with pride whenever we discuss my future, reinforcing their unwavering support. Friends like Uriel, Isamu, and Azul continuously reminded me of my potential and encouraged me, telling me I was capable of achieving whatever I set my mind to. Their words weren't just conforming, they were powerful. They provided the courage I desperately need to step into the unknown. The day I crossed the first threshold felt surreal. Entering tech for the first time was nothing like I didn't imagine. It was chaotic, overwhelming, and intimidating. I felt physically lost in the new campus, and emotionally, I was even more confused. Faces were unfamiliar, professors seemed strict, and the responsibilities ahead felt daunting. Honestly, during those initial moments, I seriously considered leaving, quitting before even starting. Yet, something inside me urged me to stay, quietly insisting that this challenging place was exactly where I needed to be, even though I didn't yet fully understand why. Choosing to stay marked the true beginning of my hero's journey, the start of profound personal transformation that would shape who I was becoming. Now, development. Joseph Campbell describes the next phase of the hero's journey as one filled with tests, trials, and challenges, each uniquely designed to shape the hero. My first major test was managing the intense academic workload and mental fatigue. It felt relentless, overwhelming, much like battling the mythical Hydra. Each task, assignment, or exam I completed seemed to spawn multiple new challenges. Just as Hercules struggled to defeat a monster whose heads multiplied when severed, I found myself facing a never-ending cycle of responsibilities. Assignments multiplied faster than I could manage, and deadlines loomed ominously like dark clouds. Every completed quiz, group project, or paper seemed to give birth to more. This constant pressure to perform, to keep up, became a daily battle, pushing me to the brink of exhaustion. There were nights spent sleeplessly, staring at the ceiling, wondering how I could possibly handle everything ahead. I had to learn methods to organize my time more effectively, adopting calendars, task lists, and meticulous schedules. Little by little, these techniques began to help me gain control over the Hydra's heads, allowing me to breathe and manage stress better. My second test was internal, quiet but perhaps even more intense: self-doubt and fear of failure. This struggle felt very much like facing the Chimera, a creature of multiple conflict heads. One moment I felt like the confident lion, ready to conquer anything. The next I was the doubtful goat, unsure of every move. And sometimes I felt anxious serpent, full of fears and insecurities. Imposter syndrome crept into every presentation, every exam, whispering constantly in my ear that I wasn't good enough. The hardest part wasn't acknowledging these feelings but learning to accept and integrate them as part of who I am. Understanding that confidence didn't mean the absence of doubt, but rather the courage to move forward despite it became our critical lesson. I began to notice that many of my peers experienced similar feelings, making me realize that these internal struggles were common. Recognizing I wasn't alone in this battle gave me strength. I started sharing my concerns with trusted friends like Uriel, Isamu, and Azul, and their understanding and supportive reactions encouraged me significantly. Accepting my vulnerability helped me become more authentic, enhancing my interactions and making me stronger emotionally and mentally. Balancing my life beyond academics because my third significant challenge represented best by mythological Cerberus. Cerberus, the three-headed dog, perfectly captured the constant tug of war I felt between academic responsibilities, personal life, and family commitments. Each head of Cerberus put me in a different direction, threatening to tear me apart if I didn't manage them carefully. This struggle made it hard to focus completely on one thing without feeling guilty about neglecting another. My family's expectations and my personal aspirations seemed often at odds, creating internal conflicts and feelings of guilt whenever I prioritized academics over family gatherings or personal relaxation. Simultaneously, neglecting academic responsibilities to spend more time with friends or family heightened my anxiety and guilt about falling behind. To address this, I learned the importance of clear communication and boundaries, openly discussing my pressures and needed with my family, who showed understanding and support. Gradually, this openness allowed for compromises, providing a healthier and more balanced approach to life. Additionally, the temptations and distractions of university life were powerful forces. Campbell describes temptation as an important part of every hero's journey, challenges that threaten to trail the hero's progress. For me, temptation appeared in the form of TikTok videos and less scrolling that consumed valuable study time. Hours slip away unnoticed while playing video games like Counter-Strike, offering temporary relief but long-term regret. Weekend parties were another strong pull, social gatherings that promised fun but often left me unprepared and anxious for Monday's responsibilities. Each of these distractions tested my resolve and discipline, teaching me crucial lessons about self-control and the importance of prioritizing my goals over temporary pleasures. Recognizing these pitfalls was essential as it enables me to develop strategies to manage my time better and maintain a healthy balance between work and leisure. My mentors and support systems played a critical role through this journey. Professors like Jorge, Matilde, Ana, and Ilse not only taught me academically, but guided me through personal challenges, sharing insights and advice that went far beyond the classroom. My friends, especially Uriel, Isamu, and Azul, were always there to offer encouragement, companionship, and emotional support when the pressure seemed too much. My family provided unwavering backing, constantly reminding me of my strengths and potential. Their presence reassured me during the hardest moments, reinforcing my resolve to continue moving forward to despite difficulties. Furthermore, becoming involved in extracurricular activities and leadership roles at university provided new opportunities for growth, but also added additional pressure and responsibilities. Taking part in the student organizations taught me invaluable lessons in teamwork, project management, and leadership. However, these responsibilities further stretched my time and energy, forcing me to refine my organizational skills even further. The pressures of meeting organizational goals, managing interpersonal dynamics, and maintaining academic performance simultaneously proved demanding, Despite these challenges, these experiences significantly enhance my leadership abilities, empathy, and creative problem solving skills. They offer real world context to apply my academic knowledge, boosting my confidence and preparing me for future professional scenarios. Navigate, navigating all these tests and trials wasn't straightforward or easy. There were many moments when giving up seemed simpler, moments when exhaustion, doubt, and pressure felt overwhelming. Yet, reflection on Campbell's concept of the hero's journey provided clarity and perspective. Each difficulty faced wasn't just an obstacle, it was an essential step in my personal growth and transformation. Embracing these challenges rather than avoiding them taught me resilience, adaptability, and the importance of persistence. I learned to view each setback as an opportunity for growth, shifting my mindset from a fear of failure to embracing learnings that continuous improvement. By continuously overcoming these internal and external trials, I gradually become stronger, more self aware, and better equipped for further future challenges. Now, conclusion. After navigating these internal intense trials and confronting my deepest fears and greatest challenges, it became clear that the climax of my hero's journey was finally upon me. According to Campbell, the hero must confront and overcome the ultimate mythical monster to emerge transformed. For me, defeating this final challenge meant overcoming my internal struggles, mastering my external pressures, and fully embracing who I had become through my university journey. My greatest weapons were not physical but personal traits and leadership, creativity, empathy, and social responsibility. Leadership became my sword, allowing me to face difficult situations head on, guiding not only myself but also those around me. I discovered that ability to inspire and lead others through complicated projects and challenging teamwork was more powerful than I'd ever realized. Creativity served as my shield, helping opportunities for growth. Empathy acted as my compass, guiding me through interpersonal relationships and enabling me to build stronger connections with peers and mentors. Finally, social responsibility became my armor, reminding me constantly of the bigger picture, my ultimate goal of contributing positively to Mexico and creating meaningful change in society. Defeating my personal mythological monsters didn't mean completely eliminating challenges or fears. Instead, it meant learning to manage and thrive despite their presence. It meant realizing that my self worth wasn't defined by perfection or flawless success, but rather by resilience, adaptability, and continuous improvement. This mindset allowed me to approach the end of each semester not just with relief, but with a deep sense of accomplishment, understanding that each victory made me stronger, wiser, and even more prepared for future battles. Completing the semester successfully was more than just an academic achievement. It represented profound personal transformation. Every completed semester brought noticeable changes in me. I felt more confident, more resilient, and more aware of who I was and who I wanted to become. My perception of success evolved drastically. I learned that real success wasn't simply about grades or external recognition. It was about growth, self-awareness, and meaningful contributions to others. Each challenge I overcame provided valuable lessons, reinforcing my belief in my abilities and potential. Now, as I stand on the threshold of graduation, I feel transformed, truly a master of two worlds. No longer just a high school student, I have embraced my new identity as a responsible and capable professional. The journey has taught me practical skills, but even more importantly, it has reshaped my behaviors, perspectives, and aspirations. I learned the importance of discipline, the values of persistence, and the strength in vulnerability. My transformation isn't just personal, it directly affects my capacity to positively impact my family, community, and broader society. My ultimate ambition is clear and ambitious: to contribute to transforming Mexico, to foster real and lasting change, ensuring a more equitable and prosperous society. These trials and transformations I experienced at university equipped me with the necessary tools to pursue this goal. Through my empathy, creativity, and social responsible leadership. I aim to inspire and empower those around me, building a future collectively. My hero's journey taught me that the greatest battles are often internal, but they lead to most significant victories. I emerged from this journey not only as a professional, but as a more authentic and empowered individual, ready and determined to make a meaningful